Welcome to part 2 of Inventions Made by Women. Jewel Ham, the intern who created Spotify Wrapped. The Wrapped trend started when she pitched the idea of turning personal data into fun, shareable highlight reels in 2019. Her vision inspired Spotify Wrapped and countless other year-in-review campaigns like top songs on other music apps, restaurants showing your most ordered takeaways, and even games showing your hours spent gaming. Next time you see your year in review, remember it all began with Jewel Ham's spark of inspiration, Maria Telkes. She was a biophysicist and inventor from Hungary, and without her, we wouldn't have solar energy like we do today. She started the Cleveland Clinic Foundation, where she studied energy produced by living organisms before moving on to Westinghouse, where she developed alloys to convert heat into electricity. But her real passion was solar energy, and when MIT developed a program for it, they were only hiring males. So Maria wrote to the all-male hiring committee asking for an interview, and after they rejected her, she flew all the way to Boston with one of her prototypes, and she impressed the committee so much, she was hired. She developed a solar-powered desalination machine for World War II efforts that saved countless lives. After the war, she built a house with one of the world's first solar heating systems called the Dover Sun House. The project was successful for just a few years until the project was ultimately scrapped, but Maria didn't give up, and she eventually created a solar heating system for homes that wouldn't corrode, and she received a patent for it in 1977. And in between those projects, she also invented a solar-powered oven that is still used in developing countries around the world. After that, she helped develop photovoltaic cells, which are the main way we generate solar energy today. Maria Telkes also helped invent the first house to use the sun for both heat and electricity. Melanie Perkins is the founder of Canva. She got told no over 100 times from venture capitalists on her idea, before she finally got a yes. Imagine being told no to your face 3 times, or even 10 times. Melanie Perkins got told no 100 times and still didn't give up. Today, she has one of the most valuable tech companies in the world and has a net worth of $5.8 billion US. Valerie Thomas invented 3D movies and television. She started at NASA in the mid-1960s. From her early days in data analytics to her contributions to image processing systems, Dr. Thomas likened it to a rocket, launched into greatness and career success. She is renowned for her patent of the 3D illusion transmitter in 1980. An invention that revolutionized our interaction with 3D imagery. This groundbreaking technology uses a video recorder to take a picture of a floating image and remains in use and development at NASA. Recent applications of the 3D illusion transmitter have been television technology and surgical imaging. A curious mind from a young age, Valerie Thomas shared in an interview with Oprah Daily how her early interest in electronics and mechanics received little attention from her father and encouraged her to redirect her focus towards sewing and hairdressing. This narrative persisted within the education system, where schools at the time did not accommodate STEM-related subjects for female students. Despite the odds stacked against her, Valerie's passion and curiosity propelled her towards pursuing a physics course at Morgan University, where she was one of only 2 female students in her class. Nina Mae McKinney created this iconic Elvis dance move in 1929 at 16 years old. The person behind ChatGPT is Mira Murati. She's the Chief Technology Officer at OpenAI, which is the company behind ChatGPT. She also previously led the development of the Tesla Model X. Here's how another man stole a woman's creative vision and took credit for her work. These are the original photos that Euphoria took inspiration from, and almost no one knows because Sam Levinson stole the entire look from photographer and director Petra Collins. This is her art from 2015, where she was collaborating with members of the cast years before the release of Euphoria. Sam Levinson even reached out to Petra, telling her that he wrote Euphoria based on her photographs. He asked her to direct it, so she moved to LA and worked on HBO for months, creating the whole aesthetic, and at the end of the day, wasn't even hired, and of course didn't receive any credit for her work. This Indian woman went from failing physics in school and being rejected from 540 internships to raising $7.2 million to build electric flying boats in America. Her name is Sampriti Bhattacharya, and she is the co-founder of Naviair. Sampriti was an average student in Kolkata, in India. When she failed her physics exam, her teacher told her the best she could do was become a housewife. But that didn't stop her from dreaming big. At 20 years old, she applied to 540 internships and got rejected by all of them except one, FREEPIK, a US particle physics lab. She went on to intern at NASA and got a PhD from MIT, where she studied underwater drones. When a Malaysian Airlines flight went missing in 2014, Sampriti realized the need for technology to explore the oceans. So in 2020, she co-founded Naviair and raised $7.2 million. In less than 2 years, Naviair built the N30, America's first all-electric boat that can fly over water using hydrofoil technology. It's also the world's longest-range electric boat that can go 75 nautical miles. This luxury boat uses aerospace tech to glide smoothly. Naviair sold out all 15 and 30 boats for 2023. They plan to make affordable electric water taxis and self-driving boats to move people and goods over water. Officials see this as the future of clean water transport. Frances Arnold, a 2018 Nobel Prize in Chemistry laureate, pioneered the directed evolution of enzymes, a method that uses evolution to create enzymes with new functions, which has led to advancements in various fields. Her work has led to the development of enzymes that can be used for more environmentally friendly manufacturing of chemicals and pharmaceuticals, the production of renewable fuels, developing new biocatalysts, and replacing corrosive acids and toxic heavy metals in chemical manufacturing. The idea that eventually became the most popular game in the world was stolen from a woman, Elizabeth Magie Phillips. The invention of everyone's favorite board game, Monopoly, has been credited to Charles Darrow, who sold it to Parker Brothers in 1935. But it was Elizabeth Magie Phillips who came up with the original inspiration, the Landlord's Game, in 1903. Ironically, she designed the game to protest against monopolists like Andrew Carnegie and John D. Rockefeller. The Parker Brothers, along with Charles Darrow, published the game and bought the rights to the Landlord's Game from Elizabeth for $500 and no royalties. Meanwhile, all the other men made millions from her creation. Rosalind Franklin discovered the structure of DNA, the DNA double helix. The X-ray photographs of her DNA was key to discovering DNA's structure. It revealed the molecule's true structure as a double helix, which was a theory denounced by scientists James Watson and Francis Crick at the time. However, since Watson and Crick originally discovered the single helix, they ended up receiving a Nobel Prize instead of Rosalind.
Margaret Keane. Her husband claimed her famous big-eyed paintings as his own for years until she proved the truth in court. She had to paint a picture in court to prove she was the author of her own art. But men never get told to prove their work is theirs. Only women. Emmanuelle Charpentier and Jennifer Doudna discovered the CRISPR-Cas 9 gene editing technology, which earned them the 2020 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for developing a method for genome editing. Charpentier and Doudna's work focused on understanding the bacterial immune system, specifically the CRISPR-Cas 9 system, which bacteria use to defend themselves against viruses. This system uses a protein called Cas9, which acts like genetic scissors to cut DNA at specific locations. CRISPR-Cas 9 technology has a wide range of potential applications, including disease treatment, developing more resilient and productive crops, and enabling scientists to study the function of genes in more detail. Michelle Simmons invented quantum computing and nanotechnology. She is known for her work in atomic electronics and her leadership in developing silicon-based quantum computing technologies, including the world's smallest transistor and narrowest conducting wires.